Hello there, this is Jeff Roberts from H10 in Australia. Welcome. We're a company that's been in business for horse lovers, and quite a lot of our business is in fact outside of Australia. But we've always had a horse training focus apart from our particularly good grooming products, that is. And today we're going to look a little bit at horse training history. Whilst horse training has developed considerably, we all know that, the horse hasn't too much. So is what was used a while ago relevant to today? I think we're probably going to find that it is. And today we're going to look at the history of a man who lived in the late 1800s, early 1900s, called Jesse Beery, who was the horse film star of his day. And of course, in those days, most of what happened was via workshops and real demos throughout the US. There was no DVD or video, of course. And their equivalent of YouTube and eBay was mail order, and it was really big business, and Jesse caught on to this. In fact, his mail order course on horse training sold about 200,000 copies, which is not inconsiderable in those days. The horse, of course, at those days was king. There were very few automobiles, and Jesse was special in that he used a radically different technique to everyone else. He actually produced 8 books in his mail order course. Colt training, starting from the very young horse, disposition and subjection. Jesse could look at a horse and tell you what its manner would be. Amazing. Kicking and balking, still problems today. Shying and running away. Have you tried to catch your horse recently? Jesse can show you how. Bad to shoe and halter pulling, and bad to shoe, difficulty shoeing is still a real problem these days. Promiscuous vices of one sort or another, stargazing, lying down, etc. And 2 last books, Afraid of Automobiles, not quite so relevant today of course, and The Story of Kate, and Trick Training, which was common then, and The Story of Queen's Life. And Kate and Queen's Life is a very interesting read from a horse point of view. Here's a small example of the writing, and it contains great illustrations and great explanations too. Very well written, very clear, very easy to read. Now you might think, why would you buy this? Well, that's a good point. It's 100 years old, for goodness sake. Is it relevant? Yeah, but it is, because it is the forerunner of most modern day methods. And believe me, it's still being used in one shape or form by a lot of modern horse trainers. It's not full of marketing hype, such a lot of stuff is these days, and it's proved. It's proved because 200,000 users can't all be wrong. Now horses haven't changed rather, but we have. And so it's not only a great training aid, it's a great read as well. It's a wonderful reflection on those times when horsepower ruled the world. Alright, you might ask how much this is. Well, you can go onto some sites and buy it for $100 or more. We're not going to ask anything like that, of course. It comes as 8 booklets. They're fully illustrated, and in all there's about 250 pages. And what we've done, in fact, is transpose that and offered a PDF version. It's complete, it's printable, and it's got all the original illustrations, so you can download and print it as a book if you want. And we even give you bonuses as well. And just to make sure, we've offered a free chapter for you to view, so that you can make your own mind up. And we'll tell you where the address is for that very shortly. Where can you go? Well, promised you the address, and here it is. I'll leave that up for a little while. If you go to this page, you can read a little bit more about Jesse Beery and some comments from his granddaughter, who had a radio interview not so long ago. That's quite fascinating too. And you can download the free chapter there also. Not only can you download that, but you can print it and have a look at it and decide yourself whether you want to purchase it or not. And that's not a bad offer. Not a lot of other people would allow you to do that. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot the cost of the book. It's only $19.97, and that's great value. And we'll also include our grooming tips for you too. So go and have a look. Thanks for listening.